Larry FX Academy once again. Today we are going to be talking about the Volatility 10 index. Now, on this Volatility 10 index, we can clearly see we have been on a downtrend. And then market made a very large pullback. We had a downtrend all the way. And then market gave us a very large pullback to the upside. So based off this pullback, we got a break in trend line. Now, based on this particular break in trend line, it gave us reasons to begin to take sales in the market. So it gave us reasons to begin to take sales in the market. Now, we can clearly see that on the smaller time frame, we've been getting break of structures. So I would like this line to be a little bit singled. So on this particular time frame, we've been getting market break structures to the downside. So let me get to multiply this. So clone the break zone so that I don't get to peak. So now we've clearly seen that market actually towards the downside was giving us break of structures. This was a clear break. This was also a clear break of structure. This here was a clear break of structure also. Now, we also had a break of structure at this point, but now this break of structure is actually very dicey, but it's still what it is. Now, based on what all of this, we can now clearly understand that helped us to know where we are coming from. You understand? So we saw what we categorize as a liquidity grab at this point. And based off the liquidity grab, it's helped us to take a good decision in the market for a sell. So based on this liquidity grab, we had market break structure to the downside, have liquidity taken before break of structure. Then what do? We simply mark our level, and this is our level for take profit. So what do we simply want to see? We want to see market give us our reaction at this particular area, and then put our stop loss here, and then our take profit at this particular point. Now this is for the first entry. Now after we have gotten this first entry, what can we clearly see? We can clearly see market give us another break of a liquidity grab taking here. Now I think you might not be able to see this properly. Let me change the color to something obvious. Let's see, blue is okay. So now we have liquidity taken out again to the upside, and we have break of structure taken to the downside. What can we now clearly do? We can clearly now place our level from the point A down to the point B, and then what are we clearly looking out to do? We are clearly looking out to take our trade ranging from this particular level. Now we would have taken our first trade, which is our first sell trade, which hit stop loss. We are always transparent with these things. We don't try to form entries. So, and then the second trade got triggered. We place our stop loss, and then we place our take profit here. Now, this being the case, we can clearly see market moved for our take profit. Now, same thing repeated itself at this particular area, at this area where we had the break of structure here, and then we work with this particular level, we strike it to the downside, and we can clearly see that markets respecting this point moved down to this point and then moved for our take profit. It simply clearly went to hit our take profit. So this is actually for the another entry we got on volatility 10 basically. So this is another entry we got on volatility 10. So now we are currently around this zone, and what can we see? We can clearly see that market broke structure to the downside. This actually took out liquidity from this upside, which we can clearly see at this point. Now we either put it here or put it here. It's the same thing. It simply did what? It took liquidity, cleared our orders sitting at this point. Now, this being the case, we now have markets giving us a break of structure in this at this point. This is what we can call an internal break of structure, and we can also call it an internal liquidity swipe if we're using this particular point. So any level we want to use, it's just giving us, we are simply trying to understand what the market has done. Now it now did what we call a break of structure because it took out the stop loss orders at this point. Now market pushed up, drop again, and then pushed to the upside. Now what can we clearly see? We can clearly see that we'll be marking our level and then fixing it with this particular low. So what can we see? We can clearly see that this is our order here, and if we should fix a trend line ranging from this particular point to this point, we can clearly see that this is a nice entry. What are we going to be doing? We are going to be taking our entries originally is supposed to be here. So if the fact we are getting to the market now does not mean we change it. We only have to reduce our risks. And then this is our take profit. So this is actually the trade for volatility 10, and wish you all luck in this particular trade. Risk wisely, risk wisely. That's one advice I can give you. Risk wisely on this particular trade. Calculate your risks and then take the trade. I wish you all profit. Do have a wonderful day, guys. Peace. One love. Larry FX Academy.